Hi, everybody, and welcome to Dan's Top 10. I'm Dan Illman. Each week on this new DRFTV franchise, I'm going to count down the top 10 horses of a certain division. Let's start this week with the older dirt males, beginning with number 10, Jesus's Team. Now, you might think this is a little bit of a high ranking for a horse that's never won an open stakes race, but look at the improvement from year to year. Last year at this time, this horse was ready for a $25,000 claiming race. In the interim, third in the Preakness, second in the Breeders' Cup Dirt Mile, second in the Pegasus World Cup, and not embarrassed last week when sixth in the Dubai World Cup. Don't think he's a star, don't think he's a future horse of the year, but he belongs in the top 10 ratings. Number 9 is CZ Rocket, and talk about improvement. This horse was claimed by Peter Miller for $40,000 at the end of April in 2020. Since then, he has won 6 out of 7 starts. The only loss coming in the Breeders' Cup Sprint, he just beat champion Whitmore in the Hot Springs at Oaklawn Park. Speaking of Whitmore, he's going to face CZ Rocket in the upcoming Count Fleet at Oaklawn, and that's his home track to be sure. What a cool horse. 27 of 39 in the money. 15 lifetime victories, including last year's Breeders' Cup Sprint. He was beaten by CZ Rocket in his seasonal debut, the Hot Springs, but something tells me that the connections have learned a little bit over the years. They used to have Whitmore primed for every Oaklawn race. Now they give him a start or two before he finds his best footing. Their ultimate goal, of course, is the Breeders' Cup Sprint. Number 7 is Happy Saver. Don't feel bad if you've forgotten about the undefeated Happy Saver. He hasn't raced since the Jockey Club Gold Cup. He won that race and didn't compete in the Breeders' Cup, and he hasn't breezed in 2021. No worries. Todd Pletcher has him down in Palm Meadows in Florida. He is training regularly. He'll be back on the work tab soon. When we last saw him, he beat Mystic Guide in the aforementioned Jockey Club Gold Cup. Number 6 is Express Train. Express Train, always been a lot of hype about Express Train, and maybe he's fulfilling the hype. Didn't do much, only 4 starts in 2020, culminating in a runner-up effort in the Grade 1 Malibu, but he finished a good second in the Big Cap last time out. 2 triple-digit buyers in both starts of 2021, a 103 when winning the San Pasquale. He has upside, as well as the horse that beat him in the Big Cap. That's our 5th horse on the ratings. That is Idol, another horse that's been well hyped throughout his career, never off the board from 6 lifetime starts, won the Big Cap last time out at 1.25 miles, 102 buyer speed figure. Expect him to continue to be the top handicap horse in Southern California for the time being. He beat Maxfield in the Big Cap, but Maxfield gets rated slightly higher on my top 10. He was 5 for 5 going into the Big Cap, just a little bit flat in that race. His first start without Lasix. It's nice to see Maxfield running regularly. This horse obviously showed ability at 2. He won the Grade 1 Breeders' Futurity, but he missed the Breeders' Cup. He missed the Triple Crown Series. He looked good in his one start in the spring last year at 3 before going to the sidelines again. Maxfield is healthy. He is good. Top 3 time. Number 3 is Knicks Go. Knicks Go dominated them in the Breeders' Cup Dirt Mile, gate-to-wire performance, and then he backed that race up. He showed it was no fluke, taking them all the way in the Pegasus World Cup and proving he could go 1 mile and 1/8. That race was his 4th victory in a row since being moved over to the Brad Cox barn. In the Saudi Cup, he didn't make the lead, and that's really the key for Knicks Go. He needs to make the lead. He didn't in the Saudi Cup. He fated to finish 4th. He's going to get a little bit of a break. We'll see him in the summer and fall. Maybe better at slightly shorter distances, 1 mile and 1.116. Charlatan is up next. Charlatan was beaten in the Saudi Cup, but he ran a big race on the lead every step of the way. This is a horse that just has all the upside, and if he can remain healthy for Bob Baffert, he can do a lot of damage in a variety of these divisions. We're going to see him next in the Churchill Downs Stakes, turning him back to 7 furlongs on Kentucky Derby Day, but he seems effective between 7 furlongs and 1 mile and 1/8. And Dan's top selection, the number 1 horse, my number 1 horse on the older dirt male ratings, well, it's Mystic Guide, the winner of the Dubai World Cup. He traveled sweetly every step of the way to win that $12 million race, and he has just blossomed with the addition of blinkers, winning the Razorback handicap in his 4-year-old debut with a 108 buyer before dominating them in the Dubai World Cup. He'll get a little bit of a break now. We'll likely see him in the summer and fall, but he assumes the top seed in my top 10. We'll see you next week on DRF TV. We'd love to hear your comments on YouTube. Give me your top 10 or tweet at me at DRF_Dan Illman. We'll talk to you next week.